Welcome, mothers and others. I'm so excited to introduce to you our next candidate who's running for office. Shelley Tatum is running for Texas House District 9. Welcome, Shelley. I'm so glad you're here.
Hey Nancy, it's so good to be here. It's nice to finally meet you after following you on Facebook for like ever.
Well, Shelley, let's hit it. Why don't we just start at the top? Can you tell
Okay.
us why are you running for office?
Um, Two reasons. Anger is reason number one. I have become angered by the state of public education in Texas. I have become angered by the lack of proactively trying to do something about water issues in the state. And the second reason is that I just think everybody should have a choice. And all too often, especially here in Deep East Texas, we don't have Democrats running for these offices. And we end up with Republican representation, I think at least in part because we don't have a Democrat to choose. And I would like to see that be different.
So, what do you feel this office needs right now?
What this office needs right now is representation that matches the needs of this district. For the last 12 years, we've watched our representation move further and further away from what we really need here in the real world on the ground. We've had a single representative for all of those 12 years. The longer he served, the further he's gotten away from the needs of the people who live in this district. So I would like to bring to the office true representation of what we really need here in District 9.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about who you are and your personal values?
I am a retired school teacher. I taught in the classroom for 35 years. I retired 3 years ago. Since then, I've been doing some substitute teaching, both because that teacher retirement stipend doesn't go very far, and also just to kind of keep my hand in, so to speak, get to interact with kids, get to be a part of that community that I was part of for so long. I have been married to my high school sweetheart for 39 years. Our anniversary is actually Valentine's Day, so it's not quite 39 years. I have two daughters, one millennial, one Gen Z. They are both grown and flown, leaving me with time that I am choosing to spend hoping to make things better for the people here in District 9 and for Texas more generally.
So, what are the top three issues that you are running on?
Number one is public education, because I've already confessed to being a former school teacher. Number two is the coming water crisis that we're going to be facing in Texas over the next 5, 10 years. And the third is the state of healthcare in rural Texas. In my district, especially pregnant women have an awfully long way to drive while they're in labor to get to a safe place to give birth.
So, now we get to do a little bit of a fun thing. We're going to do a speed round where we get to know you a little bit better. So, here we go. What
Okay.
is the last book you read?
The last book I read is Hamnet, the Maggie O'Farrell book about William Shakespeare and the death of his son and how that may or may not have impacted his future work.
So, what is your favorite word?
Joy. It is the most joyful of all English words, and it encompasses so much that's so important about how to live a good life. You know, we get joy not just from the things that are done for us, but I personally, and I think it's true of everyone, get the most joy from what I can do for other people. So it really means a lot to me.
What is your favorite song?
Um, Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing. It's all going to be all right. The song was playing when my first daughter came into the world, and for that and a lot of other reasons, it's been a favorite of mine.
Do you have a personal motto?
I do, and I borrowed it from Shakespeare. It's in Hamnet in Act One. Hamlet looks at his best friend Horatio and says, "There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in our philosophy." And I also think that's an important message to keep in mind. There are more things in heaven and earth than any of us are going to experience personally, but we have to keep as many of those things in mind as we can, and especially as many of those people in mind as we can.
What is your favorite meal?
Cheese enchiladas with chili gravy, absolutely. The more cheese, the better, and I like the onions on top too. And I'm especially a fan of the ones when you get the lettuce on top, as well as the onions, because it makes it all nice and crunchy.
Do you have a favorite hobby?
Um, I have two hobbies that I can justly call hobbies. I do read quite a bit. I was an English teacher for most of my 35 years in the classroom. So reading is just something that I have done since I learned to read. And I also enjoy cooking. I periodically get a wild hair and do a little internet searching and come up with something new to try to cook for my family and friends.
Do you have a favorite animal?
Cats. I'm a cat person. In fact, I'm surprised my cat has not walked right through the stream while we're recording it because he's around here somewhere. I've always
Oh,
been a cat person.
your cat has been on your back on that table in the back.
Oh, has he? Oh, good. So y'all, everybody, that's Mickey. Glad you got to meet him because he's a sweetie.
Yes. Well, tell us where we can find you, like what's your URL and where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at tatum4texas9.com. It's the number four and the number nine. You can get me on Facebook, also Tatum for Texas 9, and you can catch up with me on TikTok at Tatum for Texas.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today and introducing yourself to voters. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail. Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you. It was great to talk to you.